Welcome to Subramani. Please subscribe, please hit the bell icon, and please convey my message to the people even if you're not sharing the video. In an ideal world, you will share my video, but in case there is somebody who speaks in Hindi or in Bengali and can't understand English, at least convey the gist of what I'm saying. To me, that is as important as sharing of the video. I do not know how many other YouTubers talk so passionately about financial communication, especially by the retail investing public. I mean, if the person who is watching, man, woman, their family, spouse, how much of financial communication they do. So let us start at the beginning. Mostly in friend circle, we don't talk much about money or money management. We think it is, oh, we are intruding on other people's territory. I'm not talking about saying how much money you make and things like that, but at least asking them, how do you keep track of your income? How do you keep track of your expenses? How do you keep track of your investments? What app do you use? Do you use any app for tracking your expenses, right? So any of those things. So let the speak to the community, speak to your friends, classmates, cousins, etc. It need not be on the amounts. It can just be, do you invest in mutual funds? Which website do you use? Which advisor do you use? Is it worth using an advisor? Talk about those things. It's of course on videos, and while talking to a financial advisor, he is perfectly capable or she is perfectly capable of looking after your money and giving you tips. But talking to your friends, your equals, might be much better than talking just to the advisor. Second, end the stigma of not talking about money at home. Let your children, let your wife, everybody, or your husband know that how much you're earning, where you're spending, why you have invested, right? If you have invested in mutual fund A for your daughter's wedding and mutual fund B for your spouse's retirement, mutual fund C for saying in case there is a shortfall in the medical bill reimbursement by the insurance company, go to these funds and remove the money, because these funds are not very market dependent. So do that. These kind of things you have to speak to your family, right? You can't speak to the community about this, but you have to speak to your family. Your wife, your children have to know what you're doing. Maybe your wife also needs to know the PIN that is required for using your credit card. So if you are being admitted in a hospital and your wife is admitting you and there is not enough money, but you have got a 15 lakh limit wala credit card, and she can't use it, there's no fun, right? So she should know that the PIN code is 1234 or 4231, something like that, some 4-digit number that is necessary for using the credit card in most places, right? So some of these things, communicate to your wife, communicate to your children, let the children also know what you're doing. Talking about your income to your friends may be taboo, but you can talk to your co-workers about it. You can go and ask your co-workers, you can ask some of your friends who are in related industries. Maybe your friend is a banker and he's banker to a tire company. You also work in a tire company. It is possible that you talk to your banker and find out what is the pay scale there, etc. It's not a bad thing to do, because it means now you're ready to jump ship, willing to change jobs. But to get all that input, you have to talk about money, you have to talk about how much money they are earning, etc. Right? Once your children are about 12-13 years of age, you can involve them, teach them about money, teach them about value buying, teach them about value investing. Tell them about markets where things are available at a much lesser price than which is available online, right? Even online buying, I find kids are so smart that they go to the online shop, they find the name of the manufacturer, call up the manufacturer, ask him or her what rates, and then negotiate and get it at a price much better than what some of these online shopping.coms offer for you, right? So go and look at all that. All this will happen only when you talk about money. When you say, oh, I bought this, it's so expensive, and they say, no, you shouldn't have bought it like this, you should have bought it like this. And then you realize, so again, for this you have to talk about money, you have to talk about money at home, you have to talk about money with children. Children need to know what you're doing, how you are investing, right? Because tomorrow it is for their sake that we are investing. So end the stigma of saying, I will not talk about money at home, I will not talk about income at home. I know one person whose son came and told his dad, look dad, I know you don't want to talk to me about your net worth, etc. But just tell me, ESOP is what percentage of your net worth? So his father gave a number saying it is about 75%. So he said, I can calculate your net worth. I know how many ESOPs you got. I know how many you exercised. I just don't know how many you sold, because all this information is available in the public domain, especially for senior executives. So don't believe that your kids don't have access to this information. They have. So stop worrying about that. And when you talk to your community, when you talk to your spouse, you also have an advantage of taking responsibility and telling people what they can do with their money, right? If you are a finance professional, tell them what they can do with their money. If you are not a finance professional, maybe you are a doctor, then maybe you can learn from the financial professionals who are there in that group. So create these groups. Maybe it's a WhatsApp group, maybe you meet once in a month, whatever. So start doing all those things. You will suddenly realize that, I mean, apart from other things that you'd speak about, maybe cricket, maybe about the great fantastic budget that our finance minister gives year on year, which means nothing, which just means more tax. There are better things that you can do. And also by talking about this, you talk to your kids about money, you're developing their financial skills. Maybe some of them will want to make a career in equity, or in maybe becoming a financial planner. Please also realize that when a man and a woman get married and the woman leaves her job to have kids, remember that the husband owes her half his salary. Simple. He doesn't have to give it to her, but he owes half his salary to her, because she is giving up her career to have your kids. I mean, it's her kids, your kids, whatever. So by sharing all this, you are creating responsible financial people for the country. Your children realize that you are more interested in the budget that you make for the house than in the budget which the great finance minister of India gives, which makes no great sense for you on a day-to-day basis. So it is necessary to you talk about your own budgets at least as much as you talk about the budget given by the finance minister. Remember that even if your wife is not earning or your children are not earning, all the money that you earn is a joint responsibility. So how well your children spend the money, how well they look after it, whether they switch off the fans and lights when it is not being used, all this depends on how much you talk about money and how difficult it is to say, oh, do you know that the electricity charges have gone up? Last month my bill was 6,000 rupees, now it is 9,000 rupees, and my usage has not really gone up. Then I realized that the per unit rates have changed. So children should know all those kind of things, right? So why are you using a credit card? Why a debit card? All these should be part of your conversation. Thank you.